What to do if someone's behavior is frightening or worrying others?
I think one of the most important things is that if you're able to recognize that there's behavior patterns or some psychological issues that are apparent in somebody that makes it raise to the standard where you are concerned that they may do something to themselves or do something to others or may harm you, it's better to be safe than sorry and reach out to a peer or reach out to a supervisor, a guardian, some leaders that surround your environment and let them know what's going on so they also can give their opinion and see if there is something of concern and move that concern into an area in which they can try to support the individual who are showing these signs. So whether that be employment benefits, to talk to a counselor, or just to be able to address some of the issues that are affecting them, so hopefully they can circumvent any of the issues, allow them to vent, and find out what solutions can be done rather than having some type of violence or worst type of scenario act out from this individual.
What are some of the warning signs of someone that might be dangerous?
The warning signs for someone to be dangerous, I'm going to kind of give you an example of internal and external, just from a familiarity point of like internal workplace practices and then also external as well. In our workplace, if we're looking for someone who may be potentially dangerous, whether it be after a termination from employment or just some signs that we're noticing inside the workplace, the first and foremost is actually verbal signs. Someone saying they're going to cause harm to someone being verbally abusive to a coworker or to a supervisor. They may start out with, speaking up. They may start to use foul language, and then they aggressively go to passive aggressive mode. And from there, we'll see things like all of a sudden pencils are broken at a supervisor's desk or things go missing. And then if we're able to bring those items back to that particular person, then we're kind of able to monitor them more and see what other signs happen. In our past, dealing with opposition or dealing with patients or dealing with hostilities between, a coworker and their ex-boyfriend, we tend to see a pattern as well of intensifying the type of aggression over a period of time. And so what I mean by that, we'll have, for example, like a domestic violence situation where a coworker is having problems getting away from their ex-boyfriend. And then we'll hear kind of verbal threats to that particular employee, maybe in their workplace, getting back to say that they're going to retaliate or make them look bad or lose their job. And then all of a sudden it moves on past that. And this has happened before is, the ex will break the phone. And then all of a sudden they'll wreck the car. And then they'll bust out windows to a family member to that person. So we start to see an escalation over time. And I think, again, going back to looking for verbal aggression signs and then passive aggressive signs, anything that can clue us back to basically breaking the norms or the rules or policies or regulations inside the affiliate.
How can we understand the signs of how someone may become a shooter?
Well, I think you have to look back at what it is that aggravates an individual to do a shooting. So most shootings kind of are two categories. One is the lone wolf type of shooter, so the person who not necessarily has ties with an organization or affiliation, rather they're kind of a sporadic shooting that occurs and they're not looking for a particular person, they're just out there to shoot and kill as many people as possible. And then you kind of have your workplace violence, which is going to be like someone you terminate and they're upset about it and they feel like they've lost everything, and so they come back to a workplace and shoot. Or you may even have shooting kind of in a relationship kind of status. So there's a lot of emotions running, whether it be family problems, a molestation, any type of family drama can also bring on some type of a rage or a want to shoot individuals as well. We think about school shootings in particular is one sign of those who come into school to act violence against others are usually those who are bullied. They're outcasts, they're not socially accepted, they have issues at home, and so they tend to internalize those and don't either express or communicate to others, and they build that up inside. And unfortunately, because they don't have any other way to release it, they end up being that shooter necessarily inside a building or any type of scenario.